Did you know that is a sign of iron deficiency?
Tyre, he's a naughty boy. You can see he's got these two big scars on his head and you're like, you're a bad boy, William. By the way, there's a new vibrator arriving here today, the DD.
Can I sell mine and I keep yours?
Yeah, you're probably not the problem. You're probably like the definition of how people should drink. You're listening to the Pepper and Me podcast, Around the Dinner Table with Cherie, Cam and Lorne, where we chat all things food and business. Welcome back to Around the Dinner Table 2024.
Kicking off season 2, episode 2
I know.
in 2024.
Nice big old 2-month break between episodes that we've had there.
Yeah, we had a season break and then we just had Christmas.
Oh, I know. We actually need to. We're going to get back into it. Every Tuesday we're going to podcast. We're going to be religious podcasters.
Well, we did really good last year. I think most podcasts probably don't make it past episode 5.
That's true. That's true. We've actually.
I think we're doing pretty good.
We're probably 5 out of 10. I think we could aim a little bit higher.
Okay.
Yeah. Be better.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's my motto of 2024.
Is it okay? So we're not streamlining
no,
anymore.
We're going to be better.
We're just better.
Yes.
Okay.
Last year motto, streamline. This year,
better.
Just be better. At everything.
At everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aim higher.
Okay.
Be better.
And kicking off that with a gym challenge. Yep.
Yeah, I have to. So I joined Anytime Fitness in mid-February 2023, 12 months ago, and I did a body scan.
Yeah.
And then I've done my 1 year today.
Nice.
I've put on 8.5 kilos.
That's what you want in a gym, right?
And gained 17% body fat.
Perfect.
He said it's actually all fat on my stomach, on my midsection. So basically, I'm not going to be on the billboard for any time. He said the thing about the gym is you actually have to go.
Oh, you don't just donate.
He reckons I'd only been 12 times, but I have actually been way more than 12 times.
You probably haven't.
No, I have. I did October, I went 4 days a week for 4 weeks in a row. I'm very sporadic though. I'll go for a couple of weeks and then I won't go for a month.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm going to do a February challenge, and try to get back to the original weight I was when I joined the gym, wanting to lose weight.
Yep.
Yeah, which would be nice.
It's not a bad place to start, where you started a year ago.
I know. He said I need to stop drinking.
I think I probably put on 8 kilos in that year as well.
Do you reckon?
But I didn't pay for the gym. I just didn't do anything.
Ugh.
I had a newborn. Can I call it baby fat for the second baby?
You don't look fat though.
Oh, okay, thanks. I'll take that.
I suppose it's a bit different when you're a man. You just women just look fat. No, you do I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on. So that
Talking about all of that weight. What have you been eating that's made you?
Oh yeah, well that's the problem, isn't it? I think it was Italy that obviously was the problem, and Melbourne. But what I've been eating, so we've had a big holiday, but do you know what? I've been out for meals very, very rarely. I've been cooking so much.
Yeah.
I've just been loving cooking, and I've been on a real Italian vibe. So I've been doing the pasta, and there's so much parmesan in it. But I've just been making this pasta with really nice spaghetti, olives, parsley, chili, garlic, and lemon.
Yep.
And then just finishing it with a load of parmesan and pasta water, and it's the best pasta in the world. I'm obsessed with it.
Put that gnocchi recipe up the other day, and it just reminded me of those similar sort of flavours in there.
Yeah, sage butter, lemon, a bit of chili oil. Oh, it's so good, but it must be just so bad for you.
Especially, and the gnocchi with just potatoes and flour, and it's just straight.
And I don't even make my gnocchi with potato. I do ricotta.
Yeah, ricotta.
So it's cheese
and flour,
fried in butter with more cheese added. Yep. It's delicious. That explains a lot.
Yeah.
But I've been on a real Italian vibe. So I've been doing beef carpaccio, lots of porchetta, which is rolled pork belly, obviously a problem. I've been on my focaccia a lot. I did have my first focaccia fail on Christmas Day.
That's right.
I know.
Yeah.
Which was, I don't know if I was just in a rush. I don't know. I've literally never been able to get that recipe wrong. You can do whatever you want with that recipe. It always works. But it just, it didn't work that day.
It was just too
fine. I had some dinner rolls in the freezer, luckily. It was too sloppy, and then I had too much yeast in it, so it sort of it was like a sloppy growing slime that just expanded over the sides of the tray. Yeah, not great. But the rest, I did Italian for Christmas, and we had caprese and beef carpaccio, anchovies, and then we had spaghetti, porchetta, rocket salad,
what did you say? The
olive oil, balsamic.
I feel it really. The carpaccio. So good.
Yeah, it's so good, eh? Carpaccio is so underrated.
And I reckon you probably get the same amount of steak as like 2 mouthfuls of a normal steak, but you feel like you're eating way more because it's just so thinly sliced.
I do. I reckon one of my favourite bites of the entire year last year was a piece of the garlic pizza bread, beef carpaccio, and then an anchovy, a little bit of anchovy on top, and it just gives it that real salty seasoning.
Yeah, I still couldn't try the anchovies, even though
I think, I've put anchovies and stuff, and you like it.
in stuff,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Like blend it up or mix it or whatever because it's just that flavour. But chucking a whole anchovy on like a piece of bread for me is
bold,
just
but
weird.
once you cross the line, maybe I'll start you with a white anchovy because they're a bit more mellow.
Yeah, you just won't be able to tell me.
Beautiful things.
Yeah, I don't
So
know. Just the tin, it's...
Do you know what I've not eaten, though? A sardine. I keep buying tins of sardines and I've just not eaten them yet.
They're just bigger, aren't they? Like, kind
I
of...
don't actually know. Well, yeah, they're bigger.
Yeah.
But it must be in between like a anchovy and a tuna kind of texture.
It's kind of like that whole, like, soft-bone chicken, like in Indonesian cooking. It's just kind of weird to me. Because you're eating a whole fish with, like, bones and everything. It's skin and everything on, right?
Right. Yeah, I need to try that.
weird.
I've bought these real nice tins because I want to get into tin fish. I said that last year.
Yeah,
I was
the
like,
tins
tin
look
fish.
cool, but,
tin
like-
fish is so big at the moment.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Do you know that there's more octopuses killed and eaten like per unit than there are like beef and lamb?
Interesting.
Like double the amount of.
I guess it doesn't surprise me because one beef would feed a lot more than one octopus.
True,
One
but
beef, one cow.
it's just such. I eat a bit of octopus, but octopus is one of the most intelligent things on the planet.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be eating them. I actually.
Well, they'll take over if we don't eat them.
Really?
No, I don't know.
That's not true.
But they're so smart. I don't know.
What do you think about sharks?
I don't think the meat's very nice.
Have you eaten it?
I feel like we have.
I was just meaning in general.
Oh,
Like, talking about octopuses. So sharks obviously are coming back big time in population.
are they?
There was 250 shark sightings in like.
Is this your
space of
new
2
like
weeks.
hyper fixation? You know, 15 years ago you were hyper fixated on earthquakes, and now it's sharks.
No, I just feel like obviously the ocean's the sharks' home. We want a healthy population. That's all great. I'm not saying we should go out and kill them, but I just feel like when you're seeing daily sharks at the beach that I swim at,
Yeah.
and they're bronzies, like they're fairly harmless, and most people aren't too scared. Everyone sort of gets out of the water and then gets back in. But I'm just wondering at what stage do we like say we need shark nets out or something when
Yeah.
we swim, or do we say like, I guess no one else has been killed, which is a relief. There was someone killed at Waihi last year. Oh, no, it's just freaking us out when you're like seeing the great white breeding ground in the harbour,
Yeah, yeah.
and then all those sharks, like, oh.
Yeah, I
we
guess
just-
it's kind of freaky, but I don't know. Is it that much of a risk? I feel like
I don't
driving
know.
a car is probably more risky.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like, I don't know.
I just don't want to like not go swimming on the own beach that I live at because
Yeah.
I'm so scared of,
But
it's pretty scary when you're swimming in because they swim in the shallows.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
1 metre deep, they're there.
Yeah, we're at Pilot Bay, and then all of a sudden there was just like 2 or 3 stingrays rolling around, and that
No,
freaked me out.
stingrays are cool
I
though.
know,
I
I know.
love the stingrays at Pilot Bay.
Yeah.
It's actually the highlight of Pilot Bay.
Yeah.
They're so fat because everyone feeds them like they're so fat. They're like puppies of the sea. I love stingrays. I love them. They're beautiful creatures.
But they're still like, they could still hurt you. I mean,
Well,
yeah, I don't know.
yeah. Well, yeah. If you threaten them, those ones they're so too fat to do anything. Like me. Maybe they've been going to Anytime Fitness.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway. I don't think I've eaten shark, but they do sometimes sell it at the fish and chip shop. Shark was very high up there in the number of mammals killed. Isn't it a mammal? I don't know. Animal killed per number. I don't know. I saw a graph on TikTok, obviously, so I'm an expert on it. So what have you been eating?
I have notes. Obviously, I mean, porchetta, pork belly roll. I went all out and I tried to do with the loin in and like really fat, but it just took too long. I don't think it worked, and I kind of ended up with like a chunk in the middle that was actually still uncooked.
Oh.
But I had to kind of cut up half of it and then put the rest back in to keep it cooking because it had already been cooking for too long. And then I don't know, something weird happened with that one. So I went back and I didn't do it with the loin in, and it was just a pork belly. And I just, instead of going to the butcher's and trying to get it all fancy, I just went and got a Gilmore's pork belly, rolled it up, and it was way better.
Yeah.
But I butterflied it and I put chorizo sausage meat on the inside.
Oh, yum. Jess does that too, sausage stuffing.
Yep.
I've not tried that, but that
And
would
I
actually
did the
be
old
real
like
good.
butterfly it, so you like trim off all the meat from the fat and then like roll it up.
Yeah.
So it's almost rather than just rolling a belly up.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
Yeah.
And the original
That was
recipe,
easier to do with the loin attached though. Like it was quite
Yeah,
hard.
well, there's more meat.
Yeah.
If you get a fat belly, you should be able to
Yeah.
get it in half, and then you get that flavour all through it. The original recipe I did for the porchetta in the Together book has the loin on,
Yeah.
but I have now switched to
Yep.
cooking it loin off. I think it's easier, and the loin
Way easier.
can dry out.
Yep.
Whereas you cannot go wrong with a rolled belly of pork. You can cook the absolute bejesus out of that. I think though, it's quite a simple cook. I do 45 minutes
240.
blast,
Yep.
like blast the absolute bejesus out of it, turn it right down to 150 and then cook it for another hour or an hour 15.
Right.
Render the fat out.
Yep.
Yeah, and you do not cover it. As soon as you cover it with tin foil, you lose your crackle.
Goes chewy.
Yeah, and you just want to rub tons of salt. I do salt, like vinegar, white vinegar, and a bit of salt.
You put it on like a rack, so it's lifted off in the pan, or do you just chuck it in the pan?
Nah, just
For people at home,
just stuck in the
in
pan
the
for
oven?
at home. Yeah, yeah. I probably should do it on the rack. Actually, that would crisp up better for sure.
Around the bottom, lift it up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
and like
yeah.
a roasting sort of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But that's Anyway, okay, moving on. So nothing new.
Oh, we went to Umami in Pies Pa.
Oh, do you know
Have
what?
you been there?
Everyone, I went there, but like 5 years ago, and
Okay.
it was terrible. But I've been hearing from
Delicious.
everyone it is one of the top restaurants in
Delicious.
town. Really?
Absolutely delicious. Apparently, they've changed owners in the last couple of weeks, though. So
Oh, okay,
that
so you better
might
hurry up and
stitch
get
things
there.
up. But it was amazing. The best calamari I've ever had.
Really?
They had like a roasted aubergine something,
Ooh, yum.
and it was delicious.
Okay, so that's at the Pies
Pa,
Pa
next to the pub
shops,
there. Yep.
and it's a really random location.
Random location for such a nice restaurant
Can't believe I lived down the road from there
for so long.
for 4 years and never went there because I had one bad experience so long ago. But yeah, now everyone's saying the same thing.
So good.
Yeah.
So
Best
highly,
restaurant in
highly
town,
rate.
I've heard.
Would absolutely go there. We had sake. We had dumplings. Dumplings were delicious. But the aubergine or the eggplant, whatever that was out the gate.
Was it like a tempura
amazing.
eggplant kind of thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Real softy in the middle.
Real soft in the middle, and it had the sauce. I can't actually remember exactly
Was
what
it
it was.
sweet?
No, I don't think it was sweet. I'd have to look at the menu and figure out what it was, but it was
alright.
amazing. So 10 out of 10,
Okay.
rate that, go
Umami,
there, try
go
that,
there.
umami.
Okay, I will go there actually because that's such a
Do it.
hidden gem. I'll just need to make sure, like, line it up with after work or something one day.
Yep.
Cool, that's good to know.
And then bacon egg McMuffins on brioche buns.
Ooh, yum.
Don't do it on the split muffins, do it on brioche buns.
What sort of brioche bun? The real nice ones that I buy? brioche?
Nah, we just do the countdown bakery brioche ones. Not the
Yes, they're nice too.
yeah.
Okay.
And if you're doing smash burgers and there's a couple left over, that's what we did, and it was way better than the muffins.
Okay. Do you call them a muffin or a McMuffin?
A split muffin?
Yeah, I just know everyone
I
calls
saw
them.
you comment on it.
No,
It's
but
a
everyone
McMuffin.
calls them McMuffins.
Yeah.
and
it's a split muffin.
I know, but I remember Dad used to call them. They say, "Oh, what's for breakfast?" Oh, McMuffins.
McMuffins.
If he did a bacon egg muffin, it would be called a McMuffin.
Egg McMuffin.
Yeah, funny, eh?
McDonald's.
McDonald's
Oh,
taking over. Did
McDonald's
you hear
taking
that?
over.
Opening, they're bringing this new drink. They've got this new drink, McDonald's. So it's a new brand that stemmed off from McDonald's,
And it's for drinks.
and it's like drinks, like boba, like bubble teas
Oh.
and frappes and
it kinda
coffees,
like,
and almost like a drive-through Starbucks, but like.
What KFC tried to do with the crushes and stuff? No? Different?
Well, it's a whole shop dedicated to it. I
Oh.
don't know. I've only seen menus on TikTok, but it's because do you know what? We don't do this here, but they do it. They're massive on it in America. Like they'll go out, they go and get
Drinks.
drinks from a drive-through.
Yeah.
Like they'll go and get a
Starbucks.
big
Yeah.
frappe or iced coffee or bubble tea or like fizzy thing.
Fill up your Stanley
We
cup.
don't do that.
No, not really, eh?
Nah, I
You'd go to Starbucks.
Starbucks.
But we don't have drive-throughs, so it's actually most of
And
the
I
time a
have-
mission to get to.
Wouldn't have been to Starbucks in I don't know, you maybe go once every couple of years.
Yeah, I haven't been for ages actually.
Because if I'm getting a coffee, just go get a long black. Like, I don't need to go to Starbucks,
Yeah.
I guess. But people obviously like it. It's obviously...
I do like a frappe from Starbucks,
Yeah.
but it would have been like a year since I've had one.
Yeah, it's not... I feel like it's not something that Kiwis do, but maybe that's just me speaking from my own perspective.
Possibly.
To go out and spend $10 on a drink only.
I reckon if Starbucks had a drive-through that was somewhere easy to get to,
You'd go through and get
I
your coffee.
probably would.
Right.
Not a coffee, like a
nice coffee fancy thing,
nice,
like
yeah,
cream
sweet,
sauce.
yeah, fake coffee.
Yeah, I guess it's like a
No, I
dessert.
probably
I wouldn't
would.
go out to a drive-through just to get a dessert. You know, you're kind of going to get, I don't know. It's just...
Talking about drive-throughs, have you been to Taco Bell?
Oh, I did.
I was surprised.
What? Did you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually not bad, eh? The kids maybe go there because they've been wanting to go there for ages, and we went to Rotorua on the way to Taupo.
Yeah.
And they're like, can we go to Taco Bell? But they got little donuts and Kit had some fries, and I tried the fries, and I did like the fries.
Yeah.
And I had the Crunch Wrap Supreme, which is like their thing, isn't it?
Something like that.
There's a lot of carbs. So there's a whole large wrap, a whole taco, and then like another
Rice
wrap.
in the middle.
And that
One of those ones, yeah.
with the mince,
folded
lettuce.
in.
So that if it had more filling,
Yep.
I actually would have.
So if you didn't get the crunch wrap and you just got a normal burrito, then
probably.
there would have been less of that going on.
I think so,
But
yeah.
they still have like rice and beans and chicken. But I was actually really surprised, and
I actually love that sort of food. That would be if they had one
hard to
here.
eat
I'd
through the drive-through driving home. Like
a burrito.
yeah.
Really?
It's just not. It's not as easy as like a cheeseburger.
When
or
did you
something.
go there?
Yeah, on the way home from Rotorua to here on
Yeah.
Sunday Arvo. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I asked for hot sauce, and they had little hot sauce
Yes.
packets, which I vibed
Yes.
with that. That was a
Yeah.
great thing. We probably sound like country bumpkins because everyone listening to this in Auckland's probably like, oh, we've had Taco Bell for 5 years. We always have Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
No, kids loved it. I think they had little kids' quesadillas and stuff, which
Yes.
is quite cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I was surprised that they weren't like, I'd go back there. Not that we get takeaways that often, but
Or whatever. You guys always
almost.
have takeaways.
not anymore. Oh, like 2 years ago when we were in Hamilton where there was takeaways around the corner, we'd get like Burger Fuel twice a week.
Oh, yeah.
Not anymore.
Not so much now.
Nah. Well, there's nothing really out our ways.
Yeah,
it's
we
kind
don't
of a
have
mission.
much either, actually.
Taiwan is horrible for takeaways.
It's just because we're so spread out.
Everywhere's horrible to get to. Traffic's horrible.
I do quite like, I can get Burger Fuel delivered to my house now, which I do quite like. That's definitely my...
Yeah, that's
I do-
dangerous.
I've only done it twice in the 7 months I've lived there.
It is so expensive.
Yes, it is. But everything isn't a Happy Meal, like $13 or something now. Like, everything's expensive now.
Yeah.
Do you know what's cheap?
What?
Takeaways. This is actually great. The kids saw it on a billboard and they're like, we want that.
Yeah.
The little box with the pizza, I think it's Domino's and Pizza Hut both do it. You get like a small pizza, a
with
fries, and a chicken bites for like $7.
Pizza, yeah, that's so cheap.
That's so cheap.
You can
That's
get,
enough
like,
for
a
me.
full pizza for like $4.95 or something, just like a cheese normal pizza.
Yeah,
like,
well, Pizza Hut's doing the mini pizza and the fries for $5.
so good.
That is so cheap.
So
like a mini pizza and a fries is enough for an adult.
Yeah,
Should be.
but it's Pizza Hut.
Yeah, I know, but that is by far the cheapest takeaway. And I thought the little box was great because they got a box each. They could have what flavour pizza
sure,
they wanted each.
there's no
And they were
sharing, there's no-
absolutely
they would have loved it.
thrilled with
Yep,
it.
yep.
And they got this little platter in the backseat of the car when we were driving. We got it after a show one night, and they were like thrilled with it. So, yeah, that's a takeaway win,
Okay.
I think.
Nice.
Okay, what about nice food? I'm just really enjoying Henry and Ted at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
That's my local cafe. Yeah, God, they do a really nice. It's a chili fried egg with whipped feta with grilled broccolini,
Yep.
and I get them to do it with scrambled eggs. And I always feel bad asking because I know it's a completely different meal, but chili scram with whipped feta and broccolini and a piece of sourdough is like my ultimate breakfast.
Nice.
I love it.
Nice.
I think it's great.
We had I had chili scram from Eddie's, and the chili oil that they put on it was just sad compared to our sesh oil.
Yeah, well, they're so different. Everyone's chili
Yeah.
oil is very different.
I don't know.
Was it just black plain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like not spicy.
Yeah,
Like,
I
probably
do.
put on the whole sort of little cup of it, and it didn't even taste like any spice at all.
Our chili oil is quite hot.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe I'm just used to it though.
We are used to it now. I was thinking the other day, should we do a version, like a slightly
mild.
milder version, if people can't handle it maybe? Who knows?
Just buy one, tip it into another jar, and top it up.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, don't do that. We'll sell you something else.
No, yeah, it doesn't work doing that. Did you lose all you lose all the infusion
you
of the
do.
oil? Yeah. I was just gonna say I've got a follow of the week. I haven't had one for a long time, but William Conrad. Everyone needs to go and follow William Conrad on TikTok. Oh my gosh, and read the comments on his videos.
I was thinking about it again because you talked about this yesterday.
Yeah. Did you go and have a look at it?
I went and followed. Well, yeah, went and followed and had a look through, and I was like, I think it just cuts through the noise of TikTok because every TikTok is like boom, boom, in your face, jump, rah, funny,
He's just got
this,
this
and then all of
lovely,
a sudden
calm,
he's just like,
slow, peaceful voice.
I just need to chop up this steak.
He's like, I'm making my girlfriend breakfast this morning. Today, she's
so-
going to have fruit, and we give her a napkin, cutlery,
Yeah.
and a green tea. Oh my God, he's just an absolute delight. Everyone's comments are like, the world doesn't deserve you, William.
The first 3 seconds, and you're like, oh, I'm watching TikTok, and it's calming. What this isn't
Yes,
right.
he's so calming, but he's so like, you can tell that underneath his like calm, good boy attire, he's a naughty boy. You can see he's got these 2 big scars on his head, and you're like, you're a bad boy, William, who looks like a good boy. That's like the ultimate. Yeah.
I bet that's what the comments are as well.
They
eh?
are, or like, because someone
Bad
else
boy.
asked him how he got the scars on his head. He's like, he was in a fight at lacrosse or something. Like
Lacrosse.
Yeah, I don't know. He's
Such
a vibe.
good boy game to play.
Oh, you'd
play
love him.
lacrosse.
I can't think of anyone who wouldn't like
So funny.
William Conrad. So give him a follow.
Okay, my follow. And we need to do this. But Spudman. His TikTok is Spudman or Spud Army, and it's this like
Oh, does he do baked potato?
he does baked potatoes out of a van. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got this pink mohawk, and he literally just does baked potatoes, and it is. This won't be good for your gym thing, but it's literally just like 1.5 baked potatoes, cheese, and baked beans. And I'm
Right.
like, that's.
It
For the
sounds
last
pretty
month,
good.
after following him on TikTok, that's all I want to eat.
Yeah.
And I still haven't made it.
Do
But
you know what they have? They don't really have this in New Zealand, and I think it is going to be a big thing. They're just baked potato bars.
yes,
So you get the baked potato and you choose what
choose your
topping
toppings. Yeah,
you
so he
want,
does all the
and you
toppings as
smash
well,
it, smash the filling with cheese and
Yep.
sour cream.
Oh, and then mix it in,
mix
and
it.
then
You can
put
have
it back
bacon
in.
bits or cheese or beans or pulled pork. They put bloody mac and cheese on the
Yep.
baked potato. You put
Yep.
whatever you want.
yeah.
Oh, and they have mac and cheese bars as well.
Yep.
The same. You get your,
Same
you
sort
get
of
your
thing.
pasta,
You
your
get your
cheese
macaroni,
sauce,
yeah.
and then all the toppings
Yep.
on the mac and cheese bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch a lot of American. I think there's one in Auckland actually, in Britomart.
So the
Mac and cheese
not
bar.
the bar, but the little sort of trailer situation. There was one in Centre Place, Garden Place in Hamilton, and I used to walk past it probably once a day when I used to work in town, and I would have never got one. Never, not once in my life. I'd walk past it every day, and I'm just like,
you never got the baked potato?
I don't want a baked potato.
But you
and now,
did.
Now
You
I
want-
really want a baked potato. I'm like,
Right.
let's go to Hamilton and get a baked potato.
Surely, you can make. That's so easy to make. You can make a great one.
It's just not the same,
Yeah.
surely. I don't know.
Well,
Anyway, the hardest thing that I don't know about is what type of potatoes to buy for different stuff. Do you get different potatoes based on what you're going to do with them?
yes, but I don't kind of branch out. I just buy Agria potatoes,
Yep.
which are my big dirty ones.
Yes.
And then I love
For roasting.
for roasting. Yep.
Yep.
I don't really do mash, but they're more floury. If I was to do a jacket potato, you'd use a big Agria. And don't buy just a bag. Go to the potato section and pick out
the big
four
massive
nice big even sized potatoes that are quite nice oval shaped, so that you can scoop out the middle and they're not going to be all wonky and bubbly and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I love a little new potato, a real waxy little new potato.
Yeah.
And I use those for potato salad, or Kit started enjoying a plain boiled potato with a bit of butter.
Yeah.
And I've always been quite anti a boiled potato. I'm like, oh, they're so boring. Like, people have them at Christmas. Why would you have a boiled potato on your Christmas table?
A bit of mint and butter.
So I go so extreme with them. But now Kit started eating them boiled with a bit of butter and mango. And I'm like, it's actually quite nice.
Not the end of the world.
Actually not bad. A really nice waxy new potato. So I've come full circle on that.
Nice. You do the agrias for your potato bakes and
Potato bakes, yep.
not croquettes, what do you call them?
Dauphinoise, pave potatoes.
Pave, yeah.
What else do I do with them? Probably not a...
And you're doing agria for a jacket potato as well?
Yeah. Yeah, I think in New Zealand that's probably the
best option.
best option.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah. Just wash it, but kind of keep as much skin on as you can. Rub it with oil and salt and bake
Chuck it
them
in
all
some
up.
tinfoil.
Yeah.
have to do
You
that.
actually want to do it half in tinfoil. I kind of like it out of the tinfoil for
Yeah?
quite a bit. Yeah. Like almost as long as you can. To crisp up the outside.
Yep.
Then you get the super crispy outside.
Because he doesn't do anything. He doesn't,
He just
not
puts
even
them in the oven.
oil. Just wraps them in tinfoil.
Oh, okay then.
And
Well, you
chucks them
do
in.
that. Do that. Yeah. I'm not an expert. People put them in the air fryer.
I know. Or like microwave and, stab it with a fork and then microwave for
Oh,
a few
yes.
minutes and
Viv
then air
was giving
fryer.
us a lesson on
That's
a microwave
Microwave
potato. God, she's shocker. She really enjoys sending me what she's eating. I've never met anyone who cares less about food than Vivian Conway. By the way, there's a new vibrator arriving here today, the DD. Self-thrusting. That would have been great to have.
Anyway, go
at our
follow
podcast.
Spudman.
Yeah, okay. Anything to cancel? I just don't know if I've expressed to you my disdain. Is that a word? Disdain?
Yep.
With a very serious, strong dislike for a potluck dinner.
Oh,
It is to be absolutely cancelled in 2024.
okay.
The potluck dinner is done.
What about when you dictate the potluck and tell people what you want to bring?
Yeah,
So if you say to someone,
send recipes.
bring a salad. Oh,
Like that's what I did at
Make
Christmas the other
yeah.
year. I sent literally the recipe. And
Mum, bring this finished
salad.
this recipe.
otherwise you end up with 4 potato salads.
Yeah,
Like it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
yeah.
I hate them.
We normally will do, if we've got like family coming around or it's a big thing where people are offering to bring stuff. It's like you guys bring garlic bread
Yeah.
and you guys bring dessert, and that's it.
But I
You
know,
like
I've
that sort
seen
of like
you at your house end up with like 3 sorts of garlic bread.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay.
Well, it is garlic bread.
You
but
know, it's
can't really go wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you just? Do you know what I do?
You just put your own in,
No, I tell everyone to bring a bag of ice.
put it in the freezer.
I did it one day. I had 9 bags of ice.
Can I bring anything? Just a bag of ice.
It's just a running joke now. So anytime anyone ever asks me what can I bring, I say bag of ice.
Bag of ice.
It's quite funny to tell everyone to bring a bag of ice.
And what if they show up and go to put it in your freezer and there's 7 bags of ice in your freezer?
Oh, that's absolutely fine with me. I use them. I
Yeah.
use them because I won't drink a room temperature drink. That is my like if you said to most people like what's one thing Cherie hates, it would be a room temperature drink. That would define my personality as one of my strongest dislikes.
I don't think that's...
If I go to your house, if you've invited me over for dinner and there's no cold
drinks.
water
Yeah.
or ice, like I will never come back.
Do you find that the water... We've got the same fridges. The water out of the fridge that should be cold water is just never actually cold?
No, my water goes cold.
Yeah?
And I always have ice in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
So you always put ice in even though it's chilled
Yes.
already?
Always. Every time. And and my Frank Grain, half ice, half water.
Did you know that is a sign of iron deficiency?
No, it's
Craving-
a personal preference.
Craving
Cold water.
cold water?
It doesn't quench my thirst when I have a room temperature water.
Right.
It upsets me at restaurants when they bring me room temperature
That
water.
is annoying.
It's very like cool at Italian restaurants to have room temp water.
Right.
It's not for me. I've actually talked about this before, so we won't need to go on about it. But
And it's the same if they bring you like glasses that are just out of the dishwasher, so they're like hot.
a
That
hot
is
glass in a room temp water.
Gross.
Rather
Like,
die.
Get some ice.
I
Put some effort
won't
into your
even
water.
drink out of a can in summer because they just go warm so
Right.
quick. It needs to be on ice.
You get your little Yeti can cooler.
I actually got one for Christmas. The staff got me one for Christmas. Not a Yeti, it's a Husky.
Husky.
Yeah,
Same thing.
and a wine bottle
Husky,
cooler thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually quite cool. I've not used it yet.
I use mine.
Do you?
Yeah.
I should actually try it out.
Yep. But what do you drink out of a bottle or an RTD can?
What do you
Or
mean?
even just cans of Coke?
Well, I don't really drink a can of Coke.
Yeah.
I'm
You
one of
won't-
those really annoying people who like to have 2 sips. And that's it.
You're not going to drink anything in the next month anyway.
I know. I'm going to be on waters.
Yep.
I had a nice salad yesterday. I might just make reels all month of my shred food.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. There's a competition on the gym that there's a large cash prize, and I reckon I can win it.
Yeah.
And I need every cent of cash I can get at the moment because my pool has cost me
Twice as much. as I thought
double
it would.
what it was supposed to cost me. I am like and I'm so like everyone told me, sure, I'll just be prepared for hidden costs when you do your pool. just be prepared. And I was like, I don't know, how can they hide?
much could be hidden?
How much could be hidden? That's the cost of the pool. That's the cost of the
Just dig a
it's all
hole, put the
laid
pool
out,
in.
black and white. I'm chosen my tiles. I know my tiles are expensive. I've got glass fence, which I know is expensive because I've got a large area. So I knew the tiles would be around 20 grand.
Yeah.
They're at 32 now. The fence.
Just for the tiles.
Just for the tiles around the freaking pool.
Man, why don't you build a deck?
I don't want a deck. Also, because I had a deck at the last house and it kind of just it just looked real shit after a year because you're supposed to maintain a deck.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm Cherie and I don't
You're
maintain
Cherie.
things.
Yeah, are you going to maintain your pool?
Well, that's the whole reason I have a boyfriend.
That's the reason you have to keep him?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that's sorted.
Okay, all right. That's good.
It's not the whole reason. Obviously, he takes the bins out too.
Puts chemicals in the spa.
Yeah, well, the pool, though, is fairly self-sufficient.
Yeah.
So it's run off a salt chlorinator, which turns the salt into chlorine.
Above my head. Above my head.
It was above my head too, but it sounded good.
Yeah.
I was like, perfect. So I don't have to do anything really.
Okay.
And then you just have a cleaner vacuum thing. You just
Vacuum every now
hones
and then.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So theoretically, it should be pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? Do you have anything else? No, you cancelled potlucks.
I'm cancelling potluck dinners, and I'm really quite strong. I feel quite strongly about that.
I think
if you
it's-
want to do a potluck dinner, maybe set a theme. Set a theme to it.
Yeah.
So, right, we're having Japanese night.
Yeah.
You bring something for the starters. I'll bring something for the mains.
I was about
and
to say,
someone
you
else
need to
brings something for
categorise
the
it somehow.
You need to really refine it so that you're not
You bring me a potato
eating
dish.
sushi, potato salad,
Yeah.
potato casserole.
Mind you, if you show up to a potluck dinner and bring sushi,
Well, people do. People do this, Lorne. I know.
okay.
Such a snob. Everyone thinks I'm a snob, but I'm actually not.
Shared lunches. We should do a shared lunch again at work.
Yeah,
That was a real fun thing a couple of years ago when we did that here.
Yeah,
Sort of like-
it was a lot though because everyone brings like a full dish,
Yeah.
and there's like 20 full dishes.
Yeah, but that's like the photo shoot kind of thing.
I think we've talked about this. I know we've talked about this a lot, but I think what's out for the absolute year is going to a restaurant, ordering one dish for yourself, and sitting down and eating it.
Oh, it's all sharing, isn't it?
It's all sharing.
all sharing.
It needs to be all sharing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. People need to get on board with
style,
that.
sharing style. Interestingly, all of most of the restaurants now as well are like, we just bring the food out when it's ready. There's no like sort of starters
Yeah.
and mains and all of that sort of stuff. It's all just like, we'll just
flows
put the
out.
order through and we'll bring it to you when it's ready.
Yeah. I think we'll turn it. Do you have anything to cancel?
Nah,
Nah. Okay.
I don't think so.
Positives. What's in for 2024? I did a survey on the Pepper Me thing a while back, but I think most of it we've already talked about. There's kind of nothing groundbreaking here. But I just wanted to say, well, firstly, being sober,
Oh, yeah.
I reckon,
Yeah.
is going to be coming in real hot.
Yep.
I think we have been drinking so heavily
Yeah.
as a nation.
To survive
People
COVID.
yeah, I reckon we've gotten worse and worse and
Yeah.
worse. And I feel like people are going to start to sort of,
Ease back.
maybe it's just in my
just us getting
feed
older?
and stuff where I'm like, there's just a lot of people who are like, most great business people don't drink.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah,
Is that like at all or?
At all.
Yeah.
it's not part of their
Diet.
daily. It's not part of their weekly. You don't lose days. You can't afford to lose whole days
Yeah.
when you're.
Because I can't
working at a
remember the last
higher
time I
level.
got actually drunk.
Well, yeah, you're not a big drinker.
But I'll probably have a beer after work like 4 days a week.
Yeah, like how many beers would you have on average though?
A week?
Yeah, 4.
5.
Yeah, you're probably
Yeah.
not the problem. You're probably like the definition of how people should drink.
But I reckon
I'm probably
in
the
terms
opposite.
of gymming and weight gain and stuff, I think you get a huge amount of carbs in a beer, right?
Yeah, but there's lots of low carb beers now and
Yeah,
lots
they
of
just
like
taste
low
gross.
calorie options
Yeah.
for alcohol.
Drink like the no sugar sort
I
of
just think
RTDs.
I think it's more
It's become a habit for me.
well, that's fine. You're fine. You're not drinking like I would say you are in the 2% of the country who drinks normally,
Okay. I'll take that.
and then everyone else is like getting hammered
binge drinking
on more regularly than we should. And it's affecting like the next few days of everyone's work life or personal life or like wallets.
Home.
And I think, I don't know. That's my thing. I think we're seeing a lot more like sober, curious drinks and networks.
Low percentage and all that sort of stuff.
Could be quite interesting this year.
The hard thing is, what do you replace it with? If you're not drinking, you're just drinking ice water, aren't you?
No, cocaine probably. No, but I just said that because in my head I just like alcohol would have to be almost the worst drug.
Oh, and it's acceptable.
It's so. I was literally driving home the other day and I was like, why is alcohol so fine and normal, and then and drugs are illegal?
But it's like tobacco as well and smoking, right? Like it's the same sort of thing. It was acceptable 15, even 10 years ago, and it's slowly being weeded out. But it's such a huge industry.
Yeah.
If everyone stopped drinking, like the economy would fall over because there'd be no money going into all those businesses.
True. Yeah.
Maybe the economy wouldn't fall over, but that's a huge business,
True. Yeah, and everyone, it's just how it is. I was just trying to think like alcohol causes so much more problems than say marijuana.
Right.
And I hate marijuana. I think it's awful. I've probably smoked it twice in my life and absolutely hated it. But surely the effects of that being legal would be so much less than alcohol. Yeah, it makes people
Oh no.
I'm not an expert on that, but it's just interesting. Interesting conversation. I reckon people will.
It's just habitual for me, like in terms of the after work thing, because I don't want to drink like a Coke at 5 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Or anything else. It's just full of sugar. I really don't like sugar.
No.
So any drink is a no sugar drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
I quite like a glass of red wine.
Yeah.
But I won't have one on weeknights.
Right.
Because I have binge drinking tendencies.
And your one glass will turn into one bottle.
Well, I'm all right with one, but if I finish 2 glasses, I do start to
over.
feel a little bit cindy. Yeah.
A little bit cindy.
Yeah. Especially if I'm at a restaurant or something.
Right.
That could be like, if I have 3, if you have 3, you're not driving, you're going out.
Yeah.
You might as well have 50.
Go hard or go home.
It's not very logical like that.
Yeah. Make it worthwhile.
Yeah. So I'm going to have sober month. I want to try and do like 6 weeks or something. But I've got all this stuff on. It's going to make it hard. I'm going to say my birthday. I've got Symphony. I've got Beast of a Feast. I've got Matchbox 20 and Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah. Are they all on February?
All on in February.
Wow.
So my month would be a write-off if I drank at all those events.
Yeah.
Like I would literally be doing 2 days a week work. Like proper work,
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be quite a good challenge. It's going to be really good for me to be like, right, I'm going to prioritise gym and not drinking.
Yep.
And
Probably a good week to do it.
I'll be interested if I still enjoy. I feel like I still want to enjoy the concerts.
Do you reckon you will?
No.
Maybe like Matchbox 20 or something.
I think Xbox 20 and stuff seated, I'll probably really like that. Like I'll actually, that'll be great. And because we're going to Christchurch for it, it's going to be like a little exciting little trip.
Yeah, nice.
So that'll be fun. Symphony is incredible.
Yeah.
So I think I will. And we went last year, but we didn't have the VIP, and you couldn't actually see the orchestra.
Right.
And I feel like seeing the orchestra is what makes it so incredible. So we've got premium tickets this year. So
Jeepers. Yeah.
yeah. So we'll be able to see the orchestra. So I actually should enjoy that a
more.
lot more.
Okay.
And it's very much our age group. It's not. It's not a super young.
Yeah.
Crowd. So I don't know. I'll let you know. Let you know how I go.
Is it a yearly thing? Do they just do it, or do they travel around? Is it?
No,
it's New Zealand based, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the New Zealand Philharmonic Orchestra. When I first went, it was quite small, and it's gotten just
Bigger and bigger
more and more big, and now it's this massive thing. It was way better to see when it was kind of smaller.
Yeah.
But
because you're up close.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway. Okay. That was one of the other thing I think is just seeing everywhere is Korean fusion food.
Yep.
And like they're really pushing the fusion to the next level. There's a place in Auckland that's doing Korean style like Italian.
Yep.
So like Korean pasta, cheesy pastas and whatnot.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, but the breakfast sandwiches there's like a new breakfast sandwich Korean
Yeah.
food truck in Sylvia Park, which
Right.
looks amazing. You know how they do like the bread and then like on the flat grill and then like
with
that
the
big
egg
pile of
and-
folded
Oh,
egg
yes.
with like cheese and then like a
cabbage or mung
gochujang
beans or
sauce
something.
and
Yep.
kewpie and they look incredible.
Those,
That's my
like,
kind of food.
Street food
Yum.
videos where they do like 30 of them at a time on a big flat grill.
Yes.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
That's like such cool cooking.
Yeah, because Korean street food's very, very, very good vibe. Like the egg with cheese or like noodles with cheese is so naughty.
Yeah.
People will be on board with a bit of spice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spicy egg, cheese, yum.
Talking about that, I got one of the Four Seasons was shutting down, so I got one of those little weather go anywhere like tiny little grills.
Oh, yeah?
Like charcoal grills.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah.
Why?
For fun.
You should have got one of those cobs. The cobs are elite.
But it's not charcoal.
Oh, you got a little charcoal.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's a commitment. So what are you going to go do, like 12-hour brisket at
No, I
Pilot
do
Bay?
it. No, I do it. I just use it at home. So instead of having to do a massive chimney for like 4 chicken thighs or something, I just do a tiny little thing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But it is mean, and I've done it chicken thighs with every different paste and like taco seasoning. So, and you just can't go wrong.
Okay.
You have to get charcoal. You have to get lump charcoal, not the briquettes. This is what I've learned. And the taste is just like 10 times better. Sort of like half smoked.
Briquettes. Yeah.
Not briquettes.
Not
the
briquettes.
charcoal lumps.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's so much better.
I might sell my Weber.
You don't use it.
I don't use it. I've used it twice.
Yeah.
In the 12 months I've owned it.
Yeah.
I actually don't like it.
No?
Nah, it doesn't get hot enough.
Can I sell mine and I keep yours?
Yeah.
You've got the bigger one than me.
Do you? Do
Yeah.
I?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll have the money because I need it for my pool.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, it's actually not for me. The cob, the heat that the cob gives me, even though it's a tiny little round plate.
But if you're cooking like a big chunk of meat, you're probably cooking it in the oven because that's easier for you to manage. Like you're not going to do
that barbecue just does not get hot enough.
You have to leave it for ages.
It's like it's not for me. I want something that's rip roaring heat.
Yeah.
Like
so
my
you
pizza oven. I want it running at 400 degrees.
Yeah. So you need charcoal, and you need to commit to charcoal, because otherwise you're going to a gas barbecue.
Yeah, well,
like
I've got
old
my
school.
charcoal, so I just need to commit to using it better. Be better.
Yeah,
at
you
it.
should get one of the rings on it that lifts the lid up for the rotisserie, and you should do a porchetta over the charcoal.
Over the coals. Okay.
Yep.
I might move my. No, I don't think. I think what I want is no barbecues. I'm just going to have my pizza oven.
You want your little outdoor kitchen.
I want a flat grill. I
wanna-
just
yeah.
want a flat
Yep.
hot plate
Yep.
in my outdoor
You
kitchen.
can buy them now. You can get them. Harvey Norman had them.
Like David Beckham's. And I'm going to cook one mushroom on
You
it.
know what you should get? You should go and talk to the council and see like where they get their coin operated ones from, or like the ones down at
Oh, cracker.
and have like a
No, but I want a good one. Like those are
yeah,
those are run at like 40 degrees Celsius. It's hotter to fry an egg on the side of the pavement.
yeah.
Yeah, I want a nice, good flat grill.
Yep.
And this is like long-term plan because I'm obviously going to be broke for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
But I want like a good quality, real nice hot flat grill so I can do like those Korean style egg sandwiches.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then
But it's actually
and I'll just use my pizza oven for
everything else,
everything else. Yeah.
or your oven inside.
Or my oven
But I mean,
inside.
they're fine because you can cook sausages on them or bacon and eggs if you're doing breakfast and you want
Exactly.
to do that outside. You
Yeah,
can
you
cook
toast your buns, you do your smash burgers on
Yep.
there. You can do everything on
Yeah.
a nice big hot plate.
Yeah. You
Nice
can actually
big hot plate.
get like gas burners for like pots and stuff like that from like
Put on the
industrial
side.
ones.
Yeah.
No, and just like get old mate next door to do your custom thick bit of stainless steel or whatever, and put that on top. Like you can custom make them.
Okay, well let's just focus on the pool anyway and get that in the bloody ground.
Yep.
And then long term, flat grill, no barbecues,
Nice.
not for me.
Okay.
Okay, so that was my things.
Like that was all of me as well.
I was gonna see what you've got kind of on this year. What's your like goals for the year?
Oh,
What's gonna be happening?
we've got tons of stuff
Who?
as usual.
Me?
Me?
You? Well, yeah, I'm asking you.
Oh, Well, Cain and Abel is a big focus for me this year. We've got lots of stuff. We're taking on the next door unit for work, which is going to be a big thing. Growth, keep growing, right? Push through. What are your goals? Cook lots of food, eat lots of food.
No, I'm the opposite to you. I just actually want to work less.
Yeah.
I want a nice, calm lifestyle. I want to be less stressed,
Yeah.
more efficient.
I was
I'm
like,
just going to be better.
I was reading, I was like not working, but I was reading through, WhatsApp messages with suppliers overseas last night at like 11 o'clock, and Haley's like, do you ever switch off? You need to switch off. And I'm like, nah, but I don't.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with my
don't either.
life. Nah, never.
How do we switch off?
Well, you don't. That's fine. That's fine. But yeah, I think you just got to keep your cortisol levels in check, which mine get a bit whack in November, December. I didn't realise how bad I was because you're not working that many more hours, like. A little bit, but
it's a little bit faster
it's
paced
just
though.
all
It's
in
high
your
energy.
mind. It's all in your head. Like your head just spins out. There's so much in your head that you just like lose it. It wasn't until I got to Taupo by the lake, I was like,
sat down and
I was like, oh my gosh, this is. And then you're doing all that, and then you have the added stress of Christmas upcoming too. So you're trying to sort kids' presents and family presents and dinners and accommodation and holiday. Like it's just such a stressful time for everyone.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, we should plan January, February, March, like in June this year, so we can actually have a holiday without thinking about what's happening in January and February.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, you come back January 8th or 9th or whatever, and you've actually got to hit the ground running when nobody is ready to hit the ground running.
No, I've been very slow at coming back to work this year.
Yes.
But yeah, that's a good idea. It'd be nice to actually just...
But you don't get that time in October, November, December because you're too busy putting out fires.
You're way too busy. Yeah, it's nice to have January. January's the best month to enjoy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lots
and then have
beautiful weather.
And we should just have January like, man, nobody works after 3 o'clock or something. Like, just enjoy.
You should set some personal goals for yourself.
Yeah.
Just like to fulfill you on the side or something. I probably set too many. That's probably my problem.
There's stuff that I want to do, but it's hard when you look at like the sort of possible outcomes. It would all just be not a waste of money or waste of time, but I'm like, man, 2 years ago I made speakers.
Yeah,
I
you
made
like making
speaker boxes,
speakers,
did woodworking,
yeah.
and it was great because it was something with my hands. I wasn't sitting at a computer or a phone or a screen or anything like that. And it was woodworking, and it was, to do with speakers and music and stuff like that, which was enjoyable. But I can't do that at the moment with a blooming, baby and
Toddler.
yeah,
True.
hard basket. But that was great because I could do it at home. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, yeah.
Something like that.
Something sort of a little side hobby.
Yeah, or with the laser cutter, there's lots of stuff that I've been dreaming of as well.
Yeah. There's never-ending ideas, eh?
Never-ending ideas.
Yeah. So I'm going to start writing a column for Our Place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite a cool creative outlet.
I reckon that's going to be really good. I'm going to enjoy that. And it's just going to be like about food and the bad penny. Like if there's new foodie businesses or new restaurants or like just going to the older ones or like Umami's a great one to sort of go and feature like with a recipe maybe and just like an update I haven't done one yet, but so I may be over announcing something that I might like
you should
start writing.
Test one first and then...
I think I'm good at writing though. That's like,
Yep.
I am good at writing. That's what, yeah. Well, everyone told me that.
Creative
They've been
writing.
lying to me.
I don't know. Your writing got you in trouble with the super yacht stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was obviously good enough to get some traction.
Controversial. And then like me and Matt are going to start this podcast, which could be a nightmare. But it
I reckon
actually,
it's got potential.
it's actually got so much potential.
I think that's almost got more potential than this podcast.
Yeah, I think if
sense.
we just need to do a couple to make sure that we can flow well. And if
Do a
we do,
couple of test
it's
runs.
got a lot of potential. And that's what I'm planning for him, for his creative outlet.
Yeah.
Because he needs something, to give him, because
We should do a podcast with him here first.
about food.
Anything.
Yeah, I mean, we'll record one and try it. I mean, the concept is that we've been we've been together a year, and we've just starting to like talk about. We won't move in together, but like integrating our kids a little bit
more.
In regards to like sleepovers and even just hanging out. And we every time we've sort of dabbled, either I freak out or he freaks out or the kids freak out.
Yeah.
And by the kids freaking out, I mean like they just get overwhelmed and they cry and they're exhausted and or someone falls over and hurts them. It's usually us that get overwhelmed, or they, you're so protective of your kids. If like someone like gives Pepper a hard time, I'm like, right, we're gone, we're out of here. And we see all our friends because everyone's separated. Like 50% of our friends are separated at least. I'd say 75% of our friends are separated.
Yeah.
But the separation rate's like 50% or something in New Zealand. So there must be so many people going through this, and it looks easy for everyone else. You're like, look at them, they've been together. They just move their kids in with each other and they just
figure it out.
Go about their life with 4 kids now. Whereas to me, it's just completely overwhelming. And you're in this life
you might
that
be
you
in a
didn't...
weird position where you don't need that.
That is something I have realised a little bit.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people would obviously do it for financial reasons and then for support.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard having your kids for a week with no one else to help with bedtime, or there's no one at home so you can pop out to the groceries. Like there's no one there to do a pickup if you've got important meetings. Yeah. Whereas I have had like help, like a nanny to do a couple of pickups a week or something.
Yeah. Not
heaps.
No, not much, but there's still someone there, or you can move your meetings around so it lines
I
up
have
with
control of my life.
For sure.
Yes, I do. If there's a school trip, I'll be like, right, I'm not coming into work today. Things like that. You're very much right with that. And he's lucky that he has a flexible job too. But you're very right. People they need
So there would be people
help. It's so hard. It's hard, like, I have my kids 9 days and you're like, that's me. I'm not going out. But also my kids are exceptionally well behaved.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I think you've got outliers there as well.
Yeah, but they were brought up to like know that when we go out for dinner, like they were brought up doing things, and I'm not particularly tough on them, but they're pretty good at going with the flow.
They've probably been exposed to more of those scenarios more often. Would you say?
I would say for sure.
Because if you take a 5-year-old out to dinner at a nice restaurant for the first time, they're probably not going to behave like you would want them to behave.
No, they go out for dinner a lot.
Yeah,
or breakfast or whatever.
Yeah.
And they know the drill.
Yeah.
And even like they've been coming to work their whole lives.
Totally.
They kind of respect the work environment. Yeah. They've been
kind of.
Yeah, but they're not like kits. Definitely, rat bag. But they are. I trust them 100%.
Totally.
And
they're just going to run around making a mess. They're not going to do anything too harmful.
No.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the podcast sort of theory. The theory and the purpose of the podcast would be that people don't feel so alone in it, and that because we know absolutely nothing, and you'd go onto this and be like, right, here's us, here's our situation.
Mix up a family?
We know nothing about it.
Yeah.
And then we talk to like other people who are doing it. We talk to experts. We could get, we're getting counselling to try and like
help.
Just to help a little bit with. It's mainly our communication, I think.
Yeah.
Is where you fall over on it.
Yeah.
Because you're not quite on the same page as to what's happening.
But
and then that's when you fall over.
Not used to communicating for a while as well. Like, you're kind of used to having your own little life for so long.
Very much so. Very much so. And I'm not the best at communicating my thoughts in any circumstance. So
really?
I'm aware of
I
that.
would have not picked that.
Very good at talking, no good at communicating. But yeah, you really have to be on the same page in every aspect. And there's so many hurdles. Like, I mean, his kids are allowed to have fizzy drinks. Mine are not.
Yeah.
His kids are allowed to go to bed at 8:30. Mine go to bed at 7.
Yeah.
And
how do you
when you try and
like together?
There's just a constant, and you're like, how do I deal with that? Do I change what I do for my kids, or do I try and be
strict on that?
Strict on his kids, which they then resent because they're like, why would I want to be here and hang out with you
if you're gonna make
when
me
I
go to
can't
bed
have what I usually have? And then I'm like, but I'm not.
And you both can't give.
Well, not really.
Yeah, you have to. There has to be some.
There does. So it is a little bit. There's just so many things to navigate, and there's no right answer. Like we've listened to some American podcasts because there's nothing in New Zealand that's kind of relevant, and then we read articles, and then there's this extremists like both ways. There's some articles say you should not date until your kids are 18. Full stop.
Interesting.
You need to give your life to your kids.
Yeah.
And that, anyone you bring in, there's all these other elements, like you shouldn't date. If you separate your partner, you need to commit to not dating till they're 18, which is not realistic for...
Interesting.
Yeah. And then there's these other extreme articles that say once you find a partner and you want to commit to them with your kids, you actually need to put your partner first because...
Otherwise it's not going to work.
Otherwise it's not going to work.
I think that's a pretty big thing, but that's probably more the way that I'd lean. Like, you almost need to be able to create a stable house, you need to be putting your partner first. And then, in theory, like, that should create the environment that is great for your kids.
Yeah, true.
But I guess either extreme is, in theory, going to work. It's where you then get in the middle and then everyone gets confused about what's happening because one week you are committed to your kids and your kids are stoked. And the next week you're committed to your partner or whoever you're dating and then they're stoked but your kids are pissed off. Like,
yeah, there's a lot. Well, yeah, I mean, I'd just never be able to do that. I'd never be able to do that.
No, but I think it's probably just consistency.
Yeah, you just need to find where the line is and be on the same page, I think, which is pretty hard. And then you've obviously there's essentially 4 households coming into one because then the kids go to their other parents. Yeah. And there's another set of rules. Yep. So there's all this stuff that's happening and all these moving parts that you're trying to sort of keep up with.
Yep.
Which is, anyway, we think it's going to make for a great podcast. So interested, if you're listening to this and you think that's something you would like to listen to, fire me a message. Yeah. And then we will definitely set up some sort of written support to go along with that, whether it's online blogs or sharing articles or we start a little community that people sort of become a part of and they can ask questions and we can have discussion points. And obviously I'm not the bloody expert, but... I don't think there's...
You'll probably get a better feedback loop.
I just don't think there's anyone who is a true expert. Like, something's going to work differently for each of your children.
Absolutely.
It's just,
that's the point. It's going to come down to your kids as well. How flexible are your kids?
Yeah, very much so.
If your kids can't deal with change at all, then you have to treat that differently to kids that are more chill.
Yeah.
Or not more chill. Not to, just deal differently.
Yeah. So anyway, that's one of my next goals, and then I really want to do another book, but
good luck.
Yeah, I know. I may be got enough on my plate. I don't know. I also want to be better. I want to be sober. I want to be fitspo. I want to be lots of things in 2024. So we'll set the bar really high, and then we'll maybe just fall somewhere in the middle.
Yep, that's okay.
Aim high, be better. 2024. Oh, we've got some great new Pepper and Me products coming out on the 1st of February.
Yes.
That is probably important to mention.
Yes.
So Black Gold is our salt, vinegar and black garlic seasoning, and it is insane, especially if you're actually trying to eat healthier, because you can put it on a cucumber or a tomato. It tastes like a bloody chip. It's so Moorish. It gives you everything you want in that mouthfeel. It's just bold. It's bursty. It's punchy. Oh, it's got the sweetness of that black garlic. I'd say it's one of the best seasons we've ever done. It's certainly another staple. Yeah, I'm very excited for Black Gold. Very excited.
And then we're bringing back
the Brandy Snap Cheesecake Mix, which is the biggest hit from the Advent calendar.
Biggest feedback that
everyone loved.
More that we haven't got.
Isn't it fascinating though, that feedback? We sent out a survey about the Advent calendar.
Crazy.
And the contrasting feedback is just incredible. It's hard because you know you're literally never going to please everyone.
I think it was pretty, I think we knew most of the feedback that we were going to get. I don't think anything was hugely surprising.
Oh, no, so there's 200 people saying Brandy Snap Cheesecake was best dessert they've ever made, best cheesecake they've ever tried. 2 people, one person said, I'm so glad I made it before Christmas because it would have ruined my Christmas dinner. I hated it,
really?
Hated it. Didn't like it, the flavour at all. So I've had there was 2 comments saying that. And then you've got 200 positives. But then you're like, Wow.
Different?
How is it so different?
I wonder if that person's just
There was a couple of people on the Instagram pods saying they weren't that phased about the cheesecake either.
Interesting.
So that's just, obviously you just have to say, right, you're not going to please everyone's taste buds. You want to hit the majority. We want to make people happy. Yeah. And the cheesecake was incredible in our eyes. Yeah, in most people's eyes. They loved it. We got this lemon pepper salt and the chipotle and lime salt. Lots of people have been asking for that. So that's making a little
bit of a
comeback on the first. And our addicts pack with the spit roast all in small jars. Yes. So you got a nice 3 salt jars.
Yep.
Was there something else we were doing as well?
We're doing O-Snap in the 3 salts, aren't we?
Yeah, and then the black gold.
Black gold.
Was there another one? No.
I don't think so.
Not yet. Okay, cool. So that's happening on the 1st. So that's going to be nice, hopefully nice big release. I'm very excited for you all to try black gold. Yeah. And then that's it.
Pretty much it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Hope everyone has a good week. Welcome back. Talk soon. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Pepper and Me podcast, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're interested in any of the products that we're talking about, you'll find us at pepperandme.co.nz.